This is a quick introduction to the new Student Learning Outcomes dashboard. I'm going to go over each pane very quickly and show you how to look at each of the outcome results. So in this upper pane, as you can see, it's looking at all divisions and giving us the average score for all students by outcome. And so this is all of the work that we collected from courses across all of the divisions. And you can see the average score here. Now it is important to know going into this that this is all raw data. It has not been put through any kinds of statistical analyses. If you want to look at a specific division, then you can use this pane in the middle of the top row and just click the down arrow, and it will then look at all the social science, and you can see how all of the bars over here have changed. But let's go back to all, and I would recommend starting with all. The upper right hand pane is the average score for all students by criteria. So you can look at the outcomes here and then give you the average score for each of the criterion for the outcomes. And notice how when I put my cursor over each of the bar graphs, it's telling me what it is without me trying to interpret the numbers on the axes. And the bottom, average scores, again, this is all the divisions. Same thing, you can look at the results. Here it tells you we're looking at communicate arrangement, selection, use. Now, in the escape room that you're going to do, you will have a copy of the rubric, which will explain what each of the criteria were. So it'll explain what arrangement means, what selection means, and what use means. In the center here is where you can select which outcome you want to look at. Just click the radio button. And you can also look at the historically underrepresented students of color results. So there's only two, one for looking at the historically underrepresented students of color and one for HUSAC, and that would be white and Asian students. And so why did we divide them up like that? Well, that's SBCTC's division. The pane right underneath it will tell you how many pieces of student work were assessed. And the last pane over here is showing you the distribution of scores, again, for each of the criterion using the possible standards down here. And again, running your cursor will tell you what each was. If you want to look at just say, how did our historically underrepresented students do? You can change the HUSAC status to look at just those results, and it will tell you how many pieces of work were assessed for that. For all of the outcomes, we have a very low sample. We understand that, and it's something we're going to work on for the next iteration. And you can do the same and look at both of our white and Asian students' results. I'm going to switch this back to all. And again, if you want to look at a different outcome, you can just hit the radio button and switch to that outcome. That's it. It's pretty simple to use. We're hoping in the future that we'll have more ways to disaggregate the data to look at, perhaps by where the student is in their college career, or the first quarter, third quarter, or whatever, maybe by credits and so forth. So look for that to come in the future. If you have any questions about the dashboard, you can contact Tori Sanita or Michael Horn.